Hi team, this is video one of a series of videos going over things from your project. So we're going to start with the analysis. So let's look at our work plan first of all. So the first thing is to calculate mean scores from multi-item measures. So let's do that. Let me get to the right place. Okay, here's your data sheet. Okay. So if you're not sure what is multi-item, you probably want to start at variables, okay? And we can see that school stressors have multi-items, social stressors have multi-items, instrumental support, coping strategies, emotional support, coping strategies. All these are multi-items in cognitive restructuring, okay? Now, even though some of these are single items, I find it easier to just keep them together. So I've created columns for all of them. Now, the single item ones, so for example, work-related stress is just item 2. So all I have to do is equals and then reference item 2 there, V2. Okay. Family stress is just 4. So equals D2 there, D's and dogs, so that's stress 4. Financial is number 5, so I'm just going to equals stress 5. School stress, we get our first multi-item, so it's 1, 3, and 8. So here it's an average score, so equals average, parentheses, and I'll click on A2, which is item 1, comma, C2, which is item 3, comma, H2, which is item 8, parentheses, okay? And then social stress is 6 and 7. So we can do equals average, parentheses, F2, which is stress 6, comma, G2, which is stress 7. Now I can pull these down. So I'm gonna highlight, I can highlight all of them at once, go to the bottom right-hand corner. So I get my skinny little plus sign, and then I just pull it down. Okay. Now, as you're scrolling up, you're gonna see a few of these div zeros. The reason you were getting that is those are places where the person started the survey, but then didn't even put anything in it. So we got a bunch of blank cells, except they did demographics for some reason. Okay. So when it tries to average those blank cells, it's giving you an error message. So we need to learn a new skill to deal with this. So there's a couple different ways to do this. I'm just going to show you what I like to do. So in front of the average here, we're going to go equals if parentheses sum parentheses. Okay, and I'm going to do those same items, which is 1, 3, and 8, comma 3, comma 8, parentheses. I always screw up these parentheses. Let's hope I get it right. Okay, equals 0. In other words, if that's blank, all of those are blank. It's equals 0, comma, quotation marks, comma. Okay. What we're telling the program here is if the sum of those 3 cells is 0, in other words, if they're blank, then just return a blank cell. Not a 0, because 0 would average, to return a blank cell. If the sum is not 0, then take the average score as before. Okay. Let's hope I did this right. I did. Woohoo. Okay, so now you see that cell's blank, so now it's not going to screw up our future calculations. Okay. We can do that here too. So this is with items 6 and 7. So again, in front I say equals if parentheses sum parentheses perhaps 6 and 7 parentheses equals 0, comma, quotation mark, comma. Okay. If the sum of G31 to H31 is 0, those are blank, then return blank. Otherwise, take the average. You'll see that works. Okay. I did it oddly in the middle here, so I'm going to just copy those cells to the top row. Okay. Now I'm going to highlight those two and go to the corner here, to my skinny plus sign, and drag them down. And now you'll see whenever we had error messages, those are now blank. So that won't screw up your future formulas. Okay, let's look at coping skills. Okay, so a couple of these are multi-item. Okay, problem solving is just number one, so equals coping one. That's easy enough. Okay. Cognitive restructuring is 2 and 3. This basically means changing your thoughts. So equals average, parentheses, item 2, which is an O, item 3, which is a P. Okay. Instrumental support 4, 5, and 6. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and fix this now because we know it's going to be an issue eventually if both of those cells are 0. So let's do it in front. Equals if, parentheses, the sum was of 2 and 3. Oops. The sum of 2 and 3 equals 0, parentheses, okay, comma, quotation mark, comma. Oops, yeah, I screwed it up. I always do. Oh, there's where my parentheses go. Okay. Nope, still screwed up. Equals if the sum of, oh, I've got too many parentheses. There we go. Sometimes it's just playing around. Okay. Instrumental supports, this is practical or tangible support, is 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I'm going to start out my formula this time with my equals if, parentheses, sum, parentheses, 4 through 6. Okay, quotation marks, equals 0, comma, quotation mark, comma, average, parentheses, highlight 4 through 6 in parentheses. So if the sum of Q2 to S2 is 0, then return a blank cell. If not, then average those cells. Voila. I'm going to fix this formatting just because it's going to bug me. I'm going to reduce that down to 2. Emotional support, 7, 8, and 9. So again, I'm going to say equals if, parentheses, sum, parentheses, 7 through 9, parentheses, equals 0, comma, quotation mark, comma, average, parentheses, 7 through 9, in parentheses. Yeah. Expressed emotion. So are you expressing your emotions? Just item 10, that makes it easy. Equals what's in 10. Self-criticism equals item 11 equals number 11. Okay. Now I can highlight these, go to the end until I get my skinny little decimal. And there we go. I'm going to change all these to 2 decimals just because it's going to bug me. Okay. And that is it for that step. So that we are now completed and on to the next video.